He's going to need a strap today or something like a strap. You can do belt, scarf. Let's say something that's about 3 feet long. And then we'll all just come to our seat and just have that scarf by your side. And then just come to whatever is a nice, easy, comfortable seat. You don't have to have legs crossed. You can be sitting on something. And just start to fall into a nice, easy rhythm with your breath. It doesn't have to be overly orchestrated or overly controlled, but just kind of letting your breath come into an easy rhythm. I think one of the nicest things about early morning yoga is usually your breath hasn't had that much time to get disrupted by the stress of the day. Unless you overslept and were scrambling to get down to your yoga mat on time. But just kind of follow that rhythm. I'm kind of noticing if it feels like your inhales and your exhales are lining up. If it feels like one end of the breath is easier than the other. And then I want you to try to find like a circular quality with the breath. So a lot of times it's very linear. Inhale, exhale, and then, it's start and stop. So what I want you to do is inhale. And when you get to the very top of the inhale, almost feel like it slowly turns a corner and goes into the exhale. When there's hardly anything left in the exhale, there's nothing to do but start a slow, gradual inhale. So that instead of being up and down, up and down, up and down, this breath, maybe it takes like a more rounded, maybe like an elliptical quality. Good. From here, you're going to drop your chin towards the notch of your throat and just kind of roll the head a little bit side to side. Sticking with that breath. Seeing if you can kind of still keep that smooth transition between inhale and exhale while you're distracted by movement. And then come back to still, face pointing forward. Still inhaling at that top of the inhale. That just kind of turns around and melts into the exhale. Bottom of the exhale slowly eases into the inhale. Good. From here, we're going to inhale, look up. And then exhale, look down. Try not to get stuck at the end of your range of motion. It's just moving. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Back to the starting point. You're just going to look side to side. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Good. Trying not to get stuck. Trying not to go way over into a stretch. You just kind of get to a position and then you turn around and go the other. It's like the opposite of the characters at the Christmas Dickens Village at Macy's. If you ever go to that, where they kind of get stuck and go back and forth. You're nice and smooth and easy. Good. Last one we're going to do is just exhale. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left ear towards the left shoulder. Just let your head bob a little bit side to side. So we're just starting to kind of wake up the neck and the top of the shoulder muscles, which is a nice way to do it after, so close to waking up, assuming most of you just got up. Good. All right. From here, just bring your hands to your hips. I want to do just a couple spinal movements. Think cat-cow. So as you exhale, you're going to round. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift your chest and pull your elbows back. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch and extend. 2 more like that. And then come up to that nice tall spine. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me here. We're just going to take the arms up overhead and you're going to grab hold of opposite elbows. So usually when we do this, kind of either fall forward like that calf spine, or we really arch like the cow spine. You want to be in the middle. So think about your front ribs pulling back a little bit, and then the tops of the shoulders, those shoulders head also moving back. And then really extend the spine so that the top of your head is pressing into your forearms. And then I want you to relax the forearms. Relax the upper arm. Take a big deep breath and feel the back of the rib cage open up with breath. So not just the front of the rib cage. Do a couple of those. You might even feel side ribs kind of come out. But feel like that breath is really 3-dimensional. It's not just in the front of your body. Switch the lineup of the forearms. So opposite forearm is on top. Do the same thing. Try to get your spine as tall as you can. Front ribs pull in. Top of the shoulders pull back and down a little bit. Once you're in that position, relax the arms. So it should be more work kind of on the torso to hold this position, less work on the shoulders, and then do that breath and see where you can feel movement. See which direction you can feel movement in. Good, one more big full deep breath in. And then exhale, you're gonna let that breath out. And you're going to just shift forward, coming to hands and knees. And we'll start hips right over top of the knees. You're going to walk your hands forward, coming into our heart chakra pose. So hands are on the ground, butt kind of stays right over the knees. And you're going to start to lower towards the floor. Well, you can't see how far I'm going. So maybe it's your forehead on the floor, possibly chin, possibly chest on the floor. Take a big deep breath in here in this heart chakra pose. And then we're going to exhale. Let your elbows come to the ground. Slink your body forward. Uncurl the toes. So toenails down. Forearms are on the ground. Shoulders pull back. Open up the chest. Good. Take a nice big deep breath in here. And then exhale, push into the floor. Come up to hands and knees. So you're kind of standing on your knees. You're going to bring your hands right on your hips. Pull your elbows back in space. Inhale, lift your chest. Like a tiny little camel pose. Just starting, opening up the day. Heart lifts up. Elbows drop down. Breathe in here. And then exhale. Fold yourself forward. Walk your hands back out to that heart chakra pose. Hands can be a little wider than they are for downward dog. I go all the way to the end of my mat, and they're actually, my fingers are off the mat. Tailbone back, either forehead, chin, or maybe chest to the ground. Once you get in, take a big deep breath. Feel that breath expand the body. And then exhale, elbows onto the ground, slink yourself forward, toenails down, chest lifts, collarbones wide. Good, take a big deep breath in here. And then let's do that movement one more time. Exhale, press back. You're coming up to stand on your knees. Bring hands on the hips. Kind of press your thumbs into your sacrum. Pull your elbows back, lift your heart, lengthen your spine. Big deep breath in here. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold yourself forward. Forehead to the ground, or chin or chest. Breathe, inhale, open up through the front of the ribs. And then exhale, come down onto your elbows. Little tiny sphinx pose, collarbones wide. So as we go through our sun salutations, we're going to do this as like our alternate vinyasa. But if you want to do a regular vinyasa, I'll kind of cue for that too. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale. We're going to press back to our kneeling pose. And we're just going to step the left foot forward, coming into a lunge. So right hip's coming forward, left hip pulling back. Pad up under that knee if you need to. You can even just fold your yoga mat over so you have an extra layer. We're gonna inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Do that same little thing that we did seated. So you're gonna do right forearm over top of the left forearm. I want your arms to feel heavy, almost like they're pressing down into your head. And as they press down, your hips might sink a little closer to the floor. Pull that right hip forward, that left hip back. And imagine somebody's got their hands right here on the top of your shoulders, two little fingers kind of pulling your shoulders down. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale, relax your right hand to the floor, left hand onto the left thigh. You're gonna take a twist, maybe look over that left shoulder. Pull the shoulders back in space. If you'd like to, curl the right toes under, lift that right knee off the ground. Inner thighs hug the center line of the mat. Breathe in here. Exhale, release your hand inside that left foot. So we're going into our lizard lunge. I'll show you the more front on angle. Yep. So left knee holds the left shoulder. Extend your spine. Good. Take a big deep breath in here. Back knee up or down, your choice. Exhale, we're going to let that left knee drop down to the side. Inhale, bring it in. Try not to move your right hip. So you're just kind of moving that left leg in the hip socket without moving the rest of the structure of the pose. One more time. Good, and then hug that knee in, and then we're gonna do our little warrior two variation. So you're gonna take your right foot and kind of swivel it back behind you a little bit. So the right shin's maybe almost parallel to the back of your mat. Left knee is bending, kind of sink down into this. Shoulders and hips are trying to open up to the long side of the mat. Keep your arms out wide. From here, right hand to the right hip. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, left forearm to the thigh. Right hand reaches overhead. Good, come back again. You can go all the way down to the calf if that feels okay, especially in your back. You don't want to crunch your low back here. Reach forward. Inhale, come back. Exhale, reach forward. Back up to our starting point. Reach those arms out as far as you can. Inhale here. And then exhale. We're just going to bring our hands to the ground. Put that right foot back in space. And then step back to a plank. From here, we're going to drop the knees to the ground. Uncurl the toes. Tailbone pulls back. Hands walk forward. Heart chakra. Once you get into it, take a big deep breath. Feel the ribs expand. Front, side, back. Exhale, come forward onto your belly, forearms onto the ground, collarbones wide, chest is open. Inhale here. Exhale, press back. We'll take that little camel pose. Hands on the hips, lift the heart, lengthen the spine, elbows towards one another. Breathe in here, and then exhale, hinge at the hips. Walk your hands forward. Stretch out the top of the body, big deep breath in. Torso expand. Exhale, elbows to the ground, sling forward, Sphinx pose, chest is open, collarbones wide, inhale. Exhale, press back. Good, we'll do one more of these. Hands on the hips, lift the heart, elbows squeeze together, back of the neck is long. Exhale, hinge. Hands walk forward. Drop the heart towards the ground, breathe in. Exhale, slide forward. Forearms on the ground, collarbones wide, chest open, inhale. Exhale, left, press back, coming to stand on our knees, and we'll lunge with the other side. So you're gonna take your right foot forward, knee roughly over ankle. You're gonna take your arms up overhead, left forearm is on top. Let those forearms kind of press against the head. Let them drop. Let them be heavy and weighty. And then sink into your hips. Now, finding that little bit of action, I want you to pull those front ribs in. As soon as I do that, I feel a lot more stretch on the front of my left hip. And then think about your shoulder blades sliding down your back, like they're trying to get into the back pocket of your yoga blades. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale. We're going left hand down to the floor, right hand up to the sky. Twist. Your choice if you're lifting the back leg or not. Hold this twist. Take a big deep breath in here. Feel that inhale, expand the rib cage, and then exhale, can you twist a little deeper? Left ribs towards the right inner thigh. And then we'll do right hand comes down inside the right foot. So you might have to move it out a little bit. Your choice if that's back knee up or down. We're gonna do right knee in and out. Whether the back knee is on the floor or not, you still want that left leg to be as still as possible. So we really can figure out what the movement is in our right hip. Good, then you're gonna bring that right knee in, bring the left knee to the ground, swivel it over so that it's kind of parallel to the back of the mat. And we're gonna come into that little warrior, or short warrior two. Right knee is right over the ankle. Shoulders and pelvis are open to the long side of the mat. Sweep the arms out long in front of you. To start, we're doing left hand onto the left hip. Reach the right arm overhead. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Right elbow to the right thigh. Reach the left arm overhead. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come forward. Good, back to our starting point. From here, we're gonna bring hands to the ground. Put that left foot back, then that right foot back. One more of these. Bring your hands to your hips. Pull your elbows towards one another. Lift your chest and lengthen your spine. Camel pose, breathe in. And then exhale. Hinge at the hips, fold forward. Walk your hands out into that heart chakra pose. Take a big deep breath there. And then you're gonna exhale, go into your Sphinx pose. Let me shift our camera just a little bit. From that Sphinx pose, press into the floor, come back up to hands and knees, and then come into a downward facing dog. From this downward dog, we're gonna walk our feet towards the top of the mat, and you're gonna grab your strap, and you're gonna come up to stand. Oops, still too tall. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold this strap, I would say roughly about like 3 feet apart, or like your hands are about 3 feet apart. But you'll do a little check. So as you take your arms up overhead and then drop them down behind your back, you want to be able to do that smoothly. You want to be able to keep both arms straight as they go up. And if you have to bend them or if you're just shimmy one, then the other, give yourself a little bit more space. So kind of take a moment, play with that, make sure you've got it right. And then, since this is yoga, we'll have to make this like a yoga pose. Think mountain. So your feet are about hips width distance apart, knees softly bent. Just like when we were sitting, rib cage right in line with the pelvis. You're taking those arms out to the side. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, bring them back. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, drop them forward. Notice if your rib cage and your shoulder girdle is kind of moving front to back. You want to minimize that. So it does take some abdominal activation to kind of hold your ribs in place, but not too much because you're supposed to be taking these really big deep breaths in. Kind of pull that strap out to the side, exhale, come down. You're trying to keep the strap as taut as you can as you do this. Good, and then everybody's gonna bring the strap back in front of them. If that got progressively easier, make your hands a little bit closer. If you still have a hard time getting through, keep them wide. Because this time we're gonna inhale, take it up, and you're gonna exhale, stop behind yourself in that spot where you feel a lot of stretch across the chest. And then I want you to imagine you could rip that strap in half, like pull out hard, like you're trying to rip the strap in half, but you're not allowed to tense up your neck or your jaw, and you're not allowed to hold your breath. Do you still have that nice line up, or is your butt popping back and your ribs popping forward? Drop those ribs down. Take a big deep breath here, pull even harder, and then go ahead, release the strap behind you. We're gonna go back up into that spot of resistance. So inhale, back up. It might be a different place when you start from the bottom. Usually I feel tension earlier. pull. Good. Drop your shoulders down, pull your ribs in, pull. Keep a nice sweet expression on your face, jaw is relaxed. Make sure your chin's not pushing forward. Good, crown of the head lifts up. All right, inhale, take that strap up. Exhale, drop it down. Give the arms a little shake. Don't lose it, we're gonna need it for later. Come up to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Hands to the floor. Step back, high plank. Big deep breath here. If you want to do low plank into upward dog, go right ahead. Or stick with heart chakra pose. Inhale. Exhale, sphinx pose. Press back into our camel pose. And then we'll do hands on the floor. Curl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. You're gonna inhale, lift your left foot up behind you. Exhale, step that left foot all the way forward, and you're gonna come up into a lunge. Hands on the hips. Right hip forward, left hip back. Actually, let's put the right knee back down on the ground just to check something. Right hip's coming forward, left hip's coming back. Bring the arms up overhead. Right forearm on top of left forearm. Let the arms drop, let the shoulders drop. Pull those ribs in, the front ribs, and then extend through the crown of the head. Can you lift the back knee without disturbing any of the beautiful alignment of this lunge? Boop, lift that back knee, come up. Relax the shoulders. Good, from here, you're gonna open your arms out wide, so it's almost like this. I like to think of the Emmy statue. You've got that big golden orb over your head, your arms are out wide. Pinkies are coming forward, triceps come forward, lift the chest, inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center, open up, find warrior two. Sweep the arms out wide, drop your shoulders down. Let's lift the left arm up, bend the left elbow, give yourself a pat on the back. Take the right hand, ease that left elbow into the center line of the body. Sink into the hips here. Can you imagine the left shoulder blade sliding down into your left back pocket? Exhale, we're gonna straighten the left leg. And then you're gonna lean like you're doing triangle pose without arms. Pull your hips back, reach through that left elbow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, rebend that front knee. We're gonna do left forearm on the left thigh. Right hand lifts up to the sky. Take your right thumb, spin it towards your back heel, and drop that arm behind your back. See how far you can get your forearm to go. Lean back into your forearm, and then look down. Think about your right elbow moving towards your right heel, and your right hand moving towards your left heel. Breath in here. Exhale, release the arms, bring them to the floor. Step back plank. So, either choice. Low plank, upward dog, downward dog, or you can do that heart chakra, sphinx pose, camel pose. We'll all meet in this downward dog, and then we're gonna do the other side, which is right foot forward. And just like we did before, let's bring that left knee down onto the ground. Left hip pulls forward in space, right hip pulls back. Lengthen the spine. Arms come up overhead. You're gonna bend the elbows. We'll do left forearm on top. Front bottom ribs pull down towards the floor as the crown of the head lifts up. Relax your forearms on your head. Relax your shoulders. Good, from here. Nothing's moving except for the legs are powering up to lift the back knee. Drive through that left heel, but keep that left hip right where it was. And then open up your arms nice and wide, maybe about 3 feet wide, like we had the straps. Pinky fingers forward, thumbs back. Triceps bend forward. Imagine you're holding something heavy and it kind of pushes the shoulder blades down the back and out to the side. And then from here, prayer hands. Find warrior two. Shoulders drop down. Good, now you get the back view. So you're gonna lift your right arm up. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Left hand eases that right elbow in towards the center line. Sink your hips down. And then extend that right leg. Lean forward with your right elbow. Kind of rotate the left elbow up to the sky. Get as long as you can. And then go ahead, rebend that front knee. So now we're going to do right forearm on the right thigh, left hand lifts up. Turn your left thumb back and then slide that arm behind your back. Think left elbow towards the left heel. Left hand towards the right heel. For a little extra neck stretch, you can look down. I also feel that kind of on the top of my shoulder too. Big deep breath in here. And then exhale, release your hands to the floor. We're gonna step just the back foot up to the top. Grab your strap. Come back up to stand. So you're gonna do a similar grip, probably about 3 feet or so, hands about 3 feet or so apart. Same idea, you're trying to stay as still as you can in the torso and just move the arms around the body. So we're gonna do inhale, left arm goes overhead to pull the arms back. And then exhale, right arm is gonna lift up to pull the arms forward. Inhale, left arm pulls the arms back. Exhale, right arm pulls them forward. Inhale, left back. Exhale, right forward. This one's gonna have a little more bend in the elbow. Inhale, left back. Exhale, right forward. Try to keep the upper body as still as possible. Good, and then we're gonna switch the direction. Inhale, right back. Exhale, left forward, which might feel kind of awkward after the first couple rounds. Inhale, right back. Exhale, left forward. Inhale. Exhale. Good, do 2 more of those. And then you're gonna release your strap. Actually, don't throw it away. Put it around your neck. Come back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Hands are on the shins, lengthen the spine. Hands are on the floor, you're gonna step back, high plank. Big deep breath in this high plank. Your choice, which of those vinyasas. I'm going back to heart chakra, Sphinx pose, press back, camel pose. Actually, let's all meet in this little press back camel pose. So we're gonna do right leg forward. Sink down into this. Let's grab our straps. Hold them up overhead, hands about 3 feet apart. Pull out like you're trying to rip the yoga strap in half. Pull those front ribs down. Relax through that kind of top of the shoulder crease. Nothing's moving. You're just gonna curl the back toes under. Boom, lift that back knee off the ground. Perfect, take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale, we're gonna go to our warrior 2. So you're gonna put the strap in your right hand. Circle that strap behind your back. Bend your right elbow. Left hand eases that right elbow to center. Then left hand reaches behind you. Thumb points down. Circle around. See if you can find your strap. Lean back into that strap. Take a big deep breath in here. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Inhale, lean. Right elbow forward. Left elbow back. Try to roll your left shoulder like it could loop behind that strap. And then come up to stand. Rebend the front knee. So now the strap is going to be in the left hand. Your right elbow is coming onto your right thigh. You're going to take that arm behind your back. Thumb points down. Drop the strap behind your back. See how far you can get it. Just like you did before. Left elbow toward left heel. Left fingertips and the strap towards the right heel. You might be able to take this right hand, reach behind, find the strap. Lean back. You're kind of leaning against the pressure of that strap and your thigh. Rotate your left shoulder up to the sky. If your neck feels cramped, look down. If it feels okay, look up. Breath in here. Exhale, release the bind. Hands to the floor, step back, high plank. Your choice which vinyasa you do, or just take a child pose in between sides. 3 or 4 easy breaths here. And then slowly come up. We're gonna do the other side, which is gonna be left foot forward. We're kind of switching which foot is the lead foot on sides. A, so you can see things differently, but B, sometimes we tend to like pay more attention to the first side. So, right hip's pulling forward, left hip's pulling back. We're getting really long in our spine. We're gonna take our strap overhead and we're gonna pull. Front ribs drop down, hands pull back, open up the chest. Nice little curl of the toes. Try to keep your upper body still, just fire through that back leg to come up into that lunge. And then pull through the arms, really open up here. Exhale, prayer hands. You're gonna find warrior 2. So this time we're gonna put the strap in our left hand. You're gonna bend your left elbow, like you're giving yourself a pat on the back. Right hand eases that left elbow in towards center, and then take the right hand, thumb down, reach that arm behind the back. See if you can hold on to the strap. Give it a little pull, and then press your ribs back into your hands in that strap. So you're really opening up here. We're gonna straighten the left leg. This is your left leg, right? Yeah. And then you're gonna lean with your left elbow towards the left foot, right elbow towards the right foot. Roll that right shoulder back as if you're trying to tuck it over the strap. Again, if neck likes to look down, look down. Breathe in here. Exhale, bend that left knee. Let's switch our hands. So right hand's holding the strap. Left elbow comes to the left thigh. Right thumb kind of points down towards the ground so that shoulder's internally rotated. Sweep the arm behind your back. Trying to get your right fingers towards your right heel, your right elbow towards your left heel. And then if you did it on the other side, you're gonna try to reach behind and grab that strap. Lean back. So your pelvis is kind of coming forward as your shoulders go back, pushing into that strap. Your choice whether you look down or you look up. Take a nice easy breath in here. And then exhale. Release the hands to the floor. We're gonna step back, high plank. Your choice which vinyasa you do. I'm going back, heart bench. Sphinx. Camel. I'm gonna grab that strap again. Everybody still with me? Oh, great, we still have time. So, think like a halter strap on a dress. You're gonna take that strap and put it behind your neck and kind of low. You wanna feel those muscles that connect the neck and the shoulder, those upper traps. Then you're gonna take your little strap and you're gonna crisscross it right below your shoulder blades. And then you're gonna hold on. Now, depending how long your strap is, you might be stuck back kind of far here. Or you might be able to actually have your hands all the way out in front of you. But what you wanna do is you wanna create a little bit of tension across those muscles in the upper shoulders so you'll feel if they hike up. The other thing is when you crisscross behind your back, you're giving those back ribs some feedback so they know to like push in to the strap. So your ribs push back and your shoulders open up. We're gonna do that same little lift. Let's see which leg will we go first. We'll go left leg first. Left knee's forward. Ribs press back into the strap. Left foot's forward. Curl your right toes under. Come up into that lunge. Good. Elbows pull back. Ribs push into the strap. Every time I do that, I feel a lot more stretch through the front of the hip, but maybe that's just me. Okay, release your strap. Shake out your arms. Inhale, sweep them overhead. Exhale, little prayer hands. Open up warrior 2. So you have the strap, you can use it, or you can try to do these without the strap. Left arm's going up, pat on the back. Right hand eases that elbow to center. You can put your strap in your left hand, or you can try to take the right hand, reach it behind, see if hand can touch hand. We've done this 3 times now, so hopefully it's a little bit closer. You could also do hand grabs t-shirts, or just use the strap. Straighten the front leg, lean forward into our triangle. Rotate the upper body towards the sky. Take a big deep breath wherever you are, and then exhale, you're gonna release the arms. So if you've got a strap, just leave it around your neck. Big deep breath in this triangle pose. And then exhale, rebend the front knee, left forearm onto the left thigh. So if you're using the strap, right hand holds the strap. You're gonna rotate that right shoulder in, drop the arm behind your back. Right fingertips towards the right heel, right elbow towards the left heel. You might be able to hold hands with yourself here, or use the strap. Wherever you are, lean your torso back. So you're really opening up through the inside of that left leg. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale. Release your hands to the floor. We're gonna do back knee down. Left hand on the left thigh. I'm gonna turn a little so you can see me. You're gonna let that left thigh open up to the side and a twist. Lean back. Some of you might like to do this on your forearm. See how far you can get your heart away from your left knee. Anybody wants an extra quad stretch? Maybe they bend that right foot and catch it with their left hand, which then looks something like this. Yep. 2 breaths wherever you are. And then go ahead, release. Come back to hands and knees. Let's just take a child's pose in between sides on this one. Breathe in here. Whew. And then come back up. So last time, we're gonna do our little halter strap. Strap goes behind the neck and then crisscrosses just below the shoulder blades. You're holding, you're trying to create a little bit of tension to pull the shoulders back, and then you're pulling your ribs back into the strap. What side goes first? Right hand's coming forward, and you're gonna lean in. Right hip back, left hip pulls forward. You guys will keep me honest if I do one side twice, right? Lean into it. All right, so feel where your torso is in space. Keep it here. Boom. Just bring that back leg off the ground. Big deep breath. Open up through the ribs. And then release the arms. Bring them up high. Exhale, prayer hands. Open up, warrior 2. So if you're using the strap, it's going in the right hand. Bend the right elbow. Bring that right hand behind your back. Left hand eases it into center. So maybe you're holding onto the strap. Maybe your t-shirt. Left arm goes out to the side. Rotate that left shoulder in. Reach up and around. See if you can hold hands with yourself. Sink your hips. Extend your spine. Exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg. Come into our little triangle variation. Right elbow forward towards the right foot. Left elbow back towards the left foot. And then try to roll that left shoulder back. Look up over your left shoulder. And then go ahead, release your arms, triangle pose. Breathe in here. Exhale, rebend that front knee. Okay, right forearm on the right thigh. If you're using the strap, it's going in your left hand. Your left arm's back, thumb points down. Bring that arm behind the back. Left fingertips towards the left heel. Left elbow towards the left heel. Left fingertips towards the right heel. Possibly right arm's reaching under, seeing if you could either find the strap or find the bind. Rebend that front knee, and then roll that left shoulder back in space. Take a big deep breath in here. See if you can make the bind stronger, maybe a little more rotation in the upper body. And then go ahead, release. Hands to the floor, heel toe that right foot out to the side so you've got room. You can drop your strap. We're gonna do right hand to the right thigh. And we're gonna take that little twist. Let the right knee come away from the chest. You might stop here. Other variations include elbow on the ground, catching the back foot with your right hand. Big deep breath in here. And then exhale, unwind. We're gonna come back to center. You're gonna send that right leg back. Push back child's pose. Take a big deep breath in this child's pose. Exhale, let it out. Check in with your body. Notice where sensation is. Check in with your breath. Notice if you feel as breathy as I sound after those. Try to bring that breath down into that nice, even loop that you had going before. And then from here, we're gonna slink ourselves forward, coming to lie face down. Make a little pillow with your hands. Bend your knees so your feet are in the sky. And then just windshield your knees from side to side. And we're gonna do left foot on the floor. Come up onto your forearms. You have the strap if you need it. You can kind of loop your foot around that, or just use your hand. So we're just taking this one kind of easy. Just think about your right knee pulling in towards your left knee, your right front hip dropping towards the ground, right shoulder rolls open. We don't want to have a lot of pressure around the knee, so you might have to just shift the position of the foot a little. I like to actually kick my foot into my hand and then push my hand back out into my foot. That feels better on my knees. And then go ahead and release that right leg to the ground. Give the hips a little wiggle in between sides. And then we'll switch. So right elbow's gonna stay on the floor. You're gonna pick up the left knee and you're gonna reach back. Left knee hugs into right knee. Left front hip point drops towards the ground as you extend the spine and get taller and longer. And then maybe you're pressing foot into hand, hand into foot. Breathing a slow, even breath here. And then go ahead and release that foot. Give the hips a little wiggle. Let's actually roll over onto our back. Since we have the straps, let's use them for the rest of our leg stretches. So you're gonna do the strap around your right foot. Start with your left foot on the ground, so your knees kind of bent. I want you to hold the strap with your left hand. Take your right thumb, kind of stick it right into your right hip crease. I should be going the other way so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got my right thumb, I'm sticking it into my right hip crease. The tighter the hamstrings are, the more that right hip will kind of hike up. So you're using your right hand to keep your hip long, and then you're slowly extending the left leg. You might feel a little more of that tension, like it wants to turn up and out. Keep pushing outside of that right hip towards the left heel, and then see how much space you have in your hamstring to come forward. Upper body is relaxed and on the floor. That's why we're using the strap. If you were to just grab your foot with your hand, you see how your upper body kind of changes. We want to keep the spine neutral so we can really get at this hamstring. And then from here, you're going to keep that right thumb locked in the inside of the right hip, and then let your foot go to the left. You're not letting that hip roll off the ground. You're keeping the hip down, trying to find some stretch somewhere around this outside of the left leg, the IT band. Depending on the shape of your hips, you might get more stretch if your foot goes closer to the other foot, You might get more stretch if that foot comes more in line with your head. So play with it. See where you feel stretch. It might not even be a more or less than, it's just the stretch goes into a different place. And then we're going to bring the foot back up to center. Right hand's going to hold on to the right hip. Your left hand is going to rest right on top of your left thigh, and you're going to let that right leg go open. What's the left hand doing? Oh my gosh, I need like a lazy Susan today. If you let that leg go open and the left hip rolls up, you're going to miss some of these inner thigh muscles. So stay grounded with that left hip. Then let the right leg go out to the side, and it might not go quite as far. And if you're really tight in those inner thighs, it might be really hard to stabilize. So you can bend that left knee and kind of drop the left knee out to the side so you've got more of an anchor. 3 breaths here. And then come back to center. Hug that right knee in. And then bring it down onto the floor. We're going to switch sides. Left sole of the foot goes through the strap. Left thumb is hooking into that left hip crease. Collarbones are wide. If you've got the space, extend that right leg long. Keep that left hand pressing into the outside of the left hip. So it's moving towards the right heel. Upper body's relaxed. You might have more resistance, or the stretch might, sometimes the stretch feels the same, but one foot can go further. So just kind of noticing that on your body. Do you have different range of motion, or do you have different sensation? And then when you're ready, you're going to take that right foot and you're going to start dropping it over to the left. So keep that left thumb hooked in to the outside of the left hip. And then play with the position of that left foot until you get extra stretch on the outside of that left hip line. Then you're going to come back. And you're going to switch. So left hand holds the left strap, open it out to the side. You might have this right hand anchoring you down. Got a wall in my way. If you feel like you're having a hard time anchoring, bend the right knee and drop it out to the side. And then bring that leg back to the center. Release the strap. Hug the left knee in. Hug the right knee in. Give a little movement side to side on your spine. Kind of feeling the back against the floor. Noticing that a different position of the legs, so more kind of stretched out versus more hugged in, is going to make you feel that differently on your back. So go ahead and play with that. If you've got any tender spots, it might feel good to just kind of hang out on them. Take a few deep breaths. Go find the next tender spot. Hang out on it. Few deep breaths. And then back to center. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. Draw the left knee into the body. If you'd like, you can use that right elbow to guide the right knee away from your chest. But try to stay really soft in the back and the spine. The whole upper body is just soft against the floor. You feel like you're Shoulders are pulling up and your neck is really arched. You can do this also with your strap. You kind of use the strap to make your arms a little longer. Because you will feel it differently in your hips if the upper body's more relaxed. And then go ahead and switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee. Pull that right leg in, either with hands or with strap. The left elbow might be doing a little bit of pushing, kind of pushing that left inner thigh away from you. And then release the feet. Bring the feet onto the ground. You're gonna walk your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees drop in towards one another. So they're gonna be positioned like this. And imagine someone's kind of like pulling on your legs, trying to pull your knees away from you. That's the lower body. And then once again, you're gonna take the arms overhead, grab hold of opposite elbows. Once you're kind of holding on, once you've got the grip, then just let the arms relax. Front bottom ribs melt down. Switch the lineup of the forearm so the other forearm is on top. And then you might want to change the placement of the feet. Still keep them wide, but could you walk them a little closer to your hips and still get those knees to touch? And then release your arms. Just send them out wide, palms face up. Feet together, knees apart. Coming into a bound angle pose. Just letting your knees drop out to the side. And then maybe taking your hands. The thumbs touch each other, and then the index fingers touch each other. And just let that little triangle space rest on your belly. Thumbs right below the belly button. Come back to that breath that we started at the beginning. As you inhale, feel the breath kind of rise underneath your hands, and then as soon as that space expands, think about it receding. The breath flowing away. And then as soon as you're empty, you're going to start that inhale to bring the breath back, so you open up and the hands rise. Once they've started rising, exhale, turn the direction, let the breath out, let them sink. Two more like that. And then carefully pick up one leg, then the other. Then send them long, heels on the floor, as wide as the hips or maybe wider. Toes kind of fall out to the side. Palms up. And in this Shavasana, in this space, try to let go of the breath control. So you're not doing a breath exercise. You're just kind of letting breath go at its own pace. Which it does, by the way, all the time when you're not paying attention to it. It just goes at its own pace. But here, I want you to pay attention to it. I want you to watch it without trying to direct it. Just let it go at its own pace. Bring some movement back into your bodies. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Bring your knees towards you. Wrap your arms around your shins. And again, just kind of take that little rock. Notice the sensations of your back against the floor. Maybe shoulders, maybe that kind of top part of the hip. And then from here, you're going to roll over to one side. Press yourself up to sit. Bring your hands to heart center and bow your heads. Just taking a moment before the rest of the day begins. Holding that space. We'll end here. Namaste.